What's up, guys? It's Blakeberry, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to dive into a game where I was given a key to review the game of the Amateur Deity Society. I did receive this key for free, but I am not sponsored by the developer of this, so any opinions that I share are my own, not being paid for any of them. This game is set to be released on November 1st, 2024. So that is just a couple of days away from when I'm recording this video. And I will leave a link to the Steam page down below. The Steam description does read that the Amateur Deity Society is a point and click interactive fiction game. Navigate cryptic dreams, hide your insanity from your classmates, and try not to break the school computer. I don't know a lot about it. I did watch the trailer, and the trailer had a little bit of a joke in it, so that makes me think that the developer has some humor in them. So we're gonna find out what the game is all about, and hopefully help you form an opinion as to whether or not you would also like to pick it up. So let's click New Game here and see what happens. I also have no idea if there's any sound on this game or not. So uh, bear with me if you don't hear anything. Nowhere. It is dark. You are reasonably sure this is a dream, but are undecided on whether it is your own. Nobody and nothing is here except the dreamer. She may or may not be you. It's hard to tell. Okay. Did I click on it? So I clicked on the dreamer, try to wake her up. She isn't responding to your voice. You try shaking her by the shoulder, but that doesn't work either. It bothers you that nobody and nothing is here besides the dreamer. You can't ditch the feeling there's supposed to be something. Or somewhere, perhaps. Let's make something. You don't know where to begin. You wonder if the dreamer might. We are going to ask the dreamer to make something. She twitches. You might be getting through to her. You feel your environment changing. I had one of those dreams again. I never remember what happens in them. They just leave me with this feeling I'm supposed to be doing something, and I never have any idea what. Sometimes it takes a week to get it out of my head. I'm starting to think I have a problem. Anyway, it's a school day. I should get going. Outside school. Another morning at Franklin High. I could have taken the bus, but I walked. I like to pretend I might choose to turn around any time on the way here. And just my luck. There's Tyler Young standing next to the entrance. Please tell me he's waiting for someone else. Okay, so what I've learned is that these yellow boxes or these yellow texts you can hover over and they give you some information. So I'll hover over Franklin High. Home of the Bolts, 1981 District Men's Ping Pong Champions. I think if I click on it, I'll get some other options too. I can admire the athletic history when I click on Franklin High. And then there's Tyler Young here. If I click on that, I have a couple of options. I can either talk to Tyler or I can wait until he goes away. Tyler Young lives in his own world, thinks everyone else lives there too. I mean, he doesn't seem like a bad person. He doesn't seem like a bully. So I'm going to talk to him. What? No. Hell no. That's an hour of my life I never get back. Okay. Well, I guess I don't do that. And it looks like over here on the left, we have a note that says make something, like a project. What does this mean? I'm going to click on it. And it says, I keep dreaming I'm supposed to do something or other, or make something in the latest iteration. Okay. And then over on the right-hand side, I have a list of things that are presumably in my backpack. So I have a couple of options down here at the bottom. I can either try to sneak past Tyler or go home and call in sick. I think I'm going to try to sneak past Tyler. I don't want to go home. I don't want to play hooky. So let's try to sneak past Tyler. Okay. Eyes down. Walk quickly. Visualize not having to talk to Tyler. Hey, Denise. Crap. I love this already. Hey. I was waiting for you to get here. There's this wild question that's been on my mind lately. This is what I was dreading. I can only hope his inane sophomoric question, whatever it is, has a trivial answer that won't lead to endless follow-up questions or rebuttals on his end. Do you think the universe is digital or analog? Oh boy, that's a question if I've ever heard one. That's an excellent question. I'd bring it up with one of the physics teachers. Yeah, I asked them, but I don't think they're really considering all the implications. Fascinating. Anyway, I gotta go. Please don't follow me inside. Please don't follow me inside. Please don't follow me inside. Yeah, me too. Let's go. See, what I was thinking was, kill me. I like the contrast between the conversation and the inner monologue that's happening inside Denise's head. And he explains Planck's constant, and I'm like, hey, if there's a minimum possible amount of energy, that sounds more digital than analog, and Tyler is in full Tyler mode. I need to lose him somehow if I'm to retain my sanity. Let's try the library. I have two options, try the library or head back outside. So let's try the library. Blah, 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 quantum mechanics, blah, blah, blah. The situation is getting dire. The shelves of books and the windows stick out as potential vectors for escape. The shelves of books. This is the densest concentration of potential diversionary objects in the school. Holy cow. Outmaneuver Tyler around the corners, find a book to distract him with, throw books at him with abandon. I would try to find a book to distract him with. Let's see, Roswell and Giza, the hidden connection. This might do the trick. Oh yeah, I read that one twice. Been meaning to tell you about it. Back to what I was saying. Ugh. Blah, 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 quantum mechanics, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the window. Now I went back to the previous option, which is the windows. So let's take a look at the windows. Jump, jump. There's a one-story drop here. If I aim for the bushes, I don't like this. I don't like this idea. Maybe we give up on the library. Maybe we go back. I don't want to jump out a window just to escape a kid. Yeah, let's give up on the library. Let's try the cafeteria instead. Which means the periodic table might be nothing more than I need something, anything to redirect his attention. There's a sizable crowd of students eating breakfast. They look generally unimpressed with the viscosity of the eggs this morning. Scan the crowd. I don't have an in with any of these clicks, to say nothing of how little of an in Tyler has with them. Wait, there's Craig over there. Maybe. I see. Now, I don't really know what Gödel's incomplete theorem actually means, but I think it implies I see Craig Fitzpatrick in the crowd of students. He might be my last hope. It's him or me. I have no choice. In the crowd of students. So I could either yell food fight or send Tyler over to Craig. I think I'm going to stick Tyler on Craig. Got to play this right. Craig. Hey, Denise. Me. Hey, Craig. You know, Tyler, Craig was telling me yesterday about that Godel thing you just mentioned. For a moment, Craig seems confused. If he had taken that moment to hide under the table instead, he might have avoided his fate. Whoa, really? You've got to hear this then. As Tyler sits down opposite him, Craig gives me a look that speaks volumes. How could you do this, Denise? When we agreed we could still be friends, were those just words? My window of escape is too narrow to answer those implied questions, and he knows it. As I turn to leave, Craig stares at the ceiling in resignation and says, uh-huh, to whatever nonsense Tyler is rambling on about. The rest of the school day passes slowly and without incident. After the last bell, I head to the computer lab for my obligatory hour of procrastinating. There's that feeling again. I'm seriously supposed to be working on something. Okay, so now I have a couple of notes over here on the left. Make something and Tyler Young. So when I click on Tyler, it says Tyler Young is the single most annoying person I've ever met. He knows exactly enough about every subject to have weird, unfounded opinions about all of them, and won't rest until everyone on the planet knows those opinions. The worst part is, there isn't an ounce of ill will in his body, and he likes everyone. So you feel really bad about wishing he'd moved to Pluto. Well, I guess back then, when this takes place, Pluto was still a planet. Okay, so we're in the computer lab now, and the computer lab has 5 PCs. 4 of them are historical artifacts, while the other is merely pathetic. That's the one we use when we do anything, which is seldom. Craig's already here, as is Sarah Kim, plus me. That makes 100% attendance for the after-school computer club today. I should talk to them. That might help me figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's the one we use. I hope the school district got a good rate on these. Let's see if wow, he does look mad. Should I talk to Craig? Should I investigate Sarah? Her eyes are glued to that chemistry homework. She should blink more often. Talk to Craig, talk to Sarah, or power on the computer. I think I'll try to talk to Craig. I think I need to talk him off the ledge. Talk to Craig. I expect he's still put out about this morning. Better be delicate about this. Hey, buddy. Denise. I had 2 classes with Tyler today. I couldn't get rid of him until an hour ago. That wasn't fun. Okay. I'm sorry. It was a heat of the moment decision. By the way, Jesus says yeah, okay, that is Jesus. I wanted to make sure that it said Jesus and not Jesus. Jesus says you're supposed to give me a pass until I piss you off 491 times, right? Very funny. To be clear, 70 times 7 is a symbolic way of saying infinitely many times. I know. Also, not a permanent invitation to try my patience. We've had this conversation before. Glad we're on the same page. Now, how else did you want to get on my nerves today? Tyler Young. Okay, for real. I should have considered that you have classes with Tyler. That wasn't cool of me. Thank you. It's like, you'd think we'd get used to him by now, but we never do. Why do we actually put up with him at all? I've wondered about that. Some kind of united nerd front instinct, I think. Safety in numbers against the cool kids. Something like that. You might be right. I've noticed he's weirdly impossible for them to bully. He's too oblivious to make fun of and too quick to land a punch on, so they always give up when they get sick of listening to him. Yeah. I still don't think it's worth having him around. Agreed. Make something. Hey, so something up? Have you thought about what we might do next, as a club? Like a new programming project or something? Craig stares at me confused. I can't blame him for his I can't say this word, okay? I know this word and I can't say it. Refresh my memory. You were the one who first proposed the concept behind this club, right? I was. The plan was as follows. Team up to write an easy but impressive sounding program freshman year. Treat the computer lab as a glorified study hall through senior year. Put it on our college applications as 3+ years of extracurriculars. Step 1 went off without a hitch in all of 3 months. We made a multi-subject trivia game with an easy interface for the teachers to write their own questions. The school loved it because it justified their having bought the new computer. Step 2, a combination of doing homework and screwing around has been smooth sailing, which makes me feel pretty ridiculous for actually suggesting we take on another project. I know, but I don't know. Maybe I'm bored. Look, I'm busy enough with homework, so I'm going to stick to the plan, but don't let me stop you or anything. Now that I think about it, doesn't this whole fake club for college apps thing feel a little iffy to someone like you? Aren't you supposed to be a stickler for that list of commandments? I don't intend to lie about it. If they ask for anything more specific than how long I was vice president, like if we had activities or made any other programs besides the one, I'll tell the truth. But they're not going to ask because all these extracurricular counters want is to be able to say their students are well-rounded individuals. It's just a box to check. This weighs no more on my conscience than does driving 50 in a 45 zone. Besides, it's not like we do literally nothing as a club. We fix the computers when they ask us. This does happen every few weeks. It usually entails turning a computer off and back on again. I guess you could say we're just taking credit for being on call. Exactly. I don't know why I asked about a new project. It's not like there's anything I had in mind. Craig shrugs his shoulders at this. The thought that I'm supposed to be making something here keeps nagging at the back of my mind, though. Ask what he's up to. So what's on your agenda? Probably gonna duck out early. Got a history paper to start. It'd be nice if the school had internet access. Save a few trips to the library, maybe. Wait, you'd use the internet to research a serious paper? Why not? They've got whole websites about history. You type history in wahoo.com and boom. Have you ever actually read one of those sites? Not much. Not like I can get it online at home. I used to access the web at Craig's house pretty often, of course, but that was before we broke up. Let's just say I've seen more than one claim the Magna Carta was signed aboard the Mayflower. I wouldn't trust him. Yikes. Noted. I really don't want to push his buttons about Christianity. Like, if he's religious, let him be religious. I don't want to push his buttons. That just doesn't feel very good. So I'll leave him alone for now. Guess I should go pretend to read a book now. Have fun. Okay, so I guess we'll now talk to Sarah. If we can. Hey, Sarah. Please don't talk to me right now. I'm trying to focus. It's always a roll of the dice whether Sarah will talk to you on a given day. I wish I could say I knew her better, but she just keeps to herself so much. Yeah, sorry. But do you have a minute for some club business? Takes her a few seconds, but Sarah does finally put down her pencil and makes eye contact. Okay. Tyler Young. Not exactly on topic, but I think a little shared griping is always a good icebreaker. Craig and I have had to do a ton of Tyler dodging lately. How about you? Is this club business? Not really, I guess. Just conversation. I don't talk about. She stumbles on her words for a moment. I don't talk to Tyler. Did she just misspeak? Or was she going to say, I don't talk about Tyler until she stopped herself? Something feels off about that. You'll have to give me some pointers sometime. I try not to talk to him. You were saying about club business? Make something. I can't believe I'm about to ask this. So, I was wondering how you would feel if we, as a club, started a new programming project. No, thank you. Wow, that was fast. If you and Craig decide to make something, though, I hope it goes well. Thanks? I guess leave her alone. I'll let you get back to it. Thank you. Looks like 2 votes to 1 against starting some kind of new programming project. Think that means it's time to stop being weird and let the matter drop. So I tell myself when the last person I wanted to see comes barging through the door. Let me guess, it's Tyler. Denise! I remembered what I was getting at. The whole room, besides Tyler, visibly stiffens. You don't say. I'll cut to the chase. He pauses for dramatic effect. What a dork. I want to create a universe. What? As far as Tyler's grandiose declarations go, this is actually pretty mild. The Sci-Fi's Writers Club meets in Mr. Wilkerson's room. It's in the language hallway. No. I don't mean like the Yonder Plane. The Yonder Plane is Tyler's name for his pile of sci-fi fantasy ideas. He talks about it like it's common knowledge. I mean create a universe, like on the computer. A virtual universe. Nothing faked. All simulated physics and matter down to the molecule. Endless possibilities. Craig and I stare at him, dumbfounded. This is like if he went to the biolab and asked if he could borrow some test tubes so he can cure cancer. Okay, slow down. First off, have you ever programmed before? Nope, that's why I'm here. Uh-huh. Let's shelve that for a moment. Have you seen the computers here? Those 4 boot to BASIC, not an OS. They don't even have hard disks. And the good computer over there only runs at 33 megahertz. They all have a grand total of 4.25 megabytes of RAM between them. That's across 5 computers. Holy cow, this makes me feel old. Does that mean anything to you? I gather you mean our resources are limited. When I say universe, that could mean just one planet, of course. Craig lets his forehead fall to the table. Also, did Tyler just say our resources? Forget replicating planets. You'd be hard-pressed to make a decent knockoff of City Simulator 1 here. And that's if you knew how to code. Which you don't. We can figure out scope as we go. I like Tyler. I'm just gonna say it. I like Tyler. I think he's a nice guy. I think he just loves life, loves the world, loves everything in it, and just wants everything to be so wonderful. I just need you to get me caught up to speed on the programming stuff, and we can make something great. I've got loads of notes about how this can work. What do you think? That make something thing keeps flashing. Oh no. This isn't good. I need to shut down this idea right now, or whatever's weird with me lately is going to actually try it. Mm, I'm going to say maybe. Not going to say no. Dot, dot, dot. I am going to regret this. Maybe. What? Awesome! Under these strict conditions, I need to get every silver lining I can out of this. I'm going to give you programming homework, and you're not allowed to discuss the simulation with me while you still have any to finish. Ground up. Got it. Also, you need to get your expectations way in check. The math doesn't support anything we make here being more than a thought experiment. It's not going to look real. It probably won't even be 3D. If the finished program is in any way interesting, we'll have outdone ourselves. You won't regret this. So, what I was thinking about gravity was, hold up. First homework assignment is to use for loops in a program. Right, ground up. This one with the mouse is the good computer, right? Well, you guys have fun with that. I'll leave you to it. Craig leaves the room. I don't blame him for choosing not to join me in my self-imposed purgatory. What about you, huh? Looks like she snuck out earlier. I'm kind of jealous. With Craig and Sarah having left for saner pastures, Tyler and I are the only ones in the room. At present, he's examining the new machine intently, like he's trying to deduce how to program computers from first principles. Should I talk to him? I mean, I was just talking to him, right? Do I talk to him more? All right, let's talk to him more. So, what now? I'll pull up what we use to write programs on that computer. That'd be the best place to start. Oh, well, that was a quick conversation. So, I guess the new machine, and we power it on. Shoot, I forgot. Forgot what? We had to reinstall the OS last fall. It doesn't have a compiler right now. Can you make a new one? I'm going to need blood pressure medicine by the end of this. Yeah, I'm just going to whip up a compiler. No big deal. No. Craig's the one who installed it last time. I'll ask him if he still has the disk. In the meantime, use one of the old machines to get your feet wet. Manual's over there. It has a primer on basic. That's not what we'll be using, but it's good for learning. I'll shut this down for now and find Craig. So I gotta shut it down? I just got into it. I don't want to shut it down yet. Wait, what's in the notebook? Nothing. What's in File Explorer? Craig? To do. Need Social Studies final paper topic. Pope John Paul II's role in Fall of Iron Curtain. Evaluation of word computer from meaning person who does computation to an electric device. Probably not enough on subject in library. Career of Grace Hopper instead. Translation of Bible into English as doctrinal background. What? Probably shouldn't write about this without learning Hebrew or Greek first. To do by April 18th. Get list of attendees for altar server theme park trip to Mrs. Kramer. Father Jones. Okay. Denise, essay. This essay would have turned out a lot better if I had actually read A Tale of Two Cities first. Denise Novak. 1/15/1998. English 11, period 4. Essay A Tale of Two Cities. This is a very short essay. Oh, this is kind of neat. I like this. And Sarah, nothing. Oh, it's some ASCII art. Two people. Walking down a path to some mountains, it looks like. Okay, sweet. Well, let me get out of here and shut down, right? That's what I'm supposed to do. Tyler's doing his best to figure out how to operate one of the prehistoric computers. The new machine sits useless nearby. I need to reinstall the compiler if we're going to program a simulation of some kind on it. Can I talk to Tyler again? Nah, the longer he stays occupied, the happier I'll be. And it doesn't make sense to go back to the new computer. I need to find the installation desk, which Craig has. Programming language I have in mind is called Blaze. I've heard it isn't the language of choice for serious coders, but it's the one I know best. It does have better... I think it's funny that the OS's name is Gross. It does have better gross support than most languages, and that's what's on the semi-modern machine in the lab. Okay, so we'll leave the computer lab and try to go find Craig. There's still some students around doing after-school club stuff, but not many. My locker's at the end of the row next to the computer lab. Most of the dents in the door were there before it was mine. Look inside. See, my pile of papers and miscellany is as embarrassingly large as ever. Okay, so I guess we go to the library. We're still looking for Craig. With most students having gone home by now, there are only a handful here researching papers or killing time before the late buses show up. Among them is Craig, having abandoned the computer lab to Tyler. Hi, Craig. He never looks attentive while studying. Doesn't seem to hurt his grades, though. That was fast. I wish. Got a sec? What's up? Installation disk. Do you have the install disk for the Blaze compiler at home or somewhere? Oh yeah, guess you need that. Sorry, wasn't mine. It came in the back of that Intro to Blaze book. You know, the one we started out with in middle school. I gave it back to my uncle last year. Where's he live? Oklahoma. Oh. I think paying for shipping would exceed the club's budget, to say nothing of buying a plane ticket. I tried to keep the frustration off my face, but to no avail. Well, the school might have a copy. Doubt anyone's got it checked out if they do. Worth a shot. I'm blanking on the title. You remember it? No. Sorry. Good luck looking, though. By the way, did you ever actually find A Tale of Two Cities and return it? Crap. I totally forgot. I'll have to track it down before I can check out anything else. Okay, so we have a few notes down here, which I like. I don't know that any of them have been updated. I don't think I'm likely to change his mind, and it'd be annoying of me to pester. Oh, sorry. I forgot that I was still in the conversation with Craig. So I'll let him work. Well, thanks anyway. I'll let you get back to it. See ya. Okay, so if I look at make something here, I keep dreaming I'm supposed to make something. Okay, that's fine. If I want to find a book, I can consult the card catalog. Look up programming books. Let's see. There are actually a fair number of books on programming. Even if the one Craig and I used isn't here, I bet one of them will have a disk with a compiler and other tools in the back. I'll try the shelves for these. ... Not one. I've about had it with today. I should probably go home. Okay, that's dramatic. Leave the library. There's still some students, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Should I go back to the computer lab and tell Tyler that I'm leaving? Okay, I'll see if I can do that. Very glad he's content to consult the manual, not me. Talk to him. No, okay. Well, never mind. I guess I just have to go home. The light of the setting sun does nothing to alleviate Franklin High's fundamentally anti-inspirational qualities. I must be in a really bad mood. I ought to head straight home. I don't want to admire the athletic history. Go around back? What would I find around back of the school? There's nothing back here except a few picnic tables, which I understand once tooted the school's designated smoking area. The only one here right now is Sarah. Different place, same homework. Talk to her? Nope. Okay, they really just want me to go home. I'll head home. Yeah, it's time to put the state behind me. By put behind me, I of course mean drag with me indefinitely because this is nonsense I signed myself up for. The rest of the day was uneventful. It's about 10 p.m. now. Hey, same. My mom says the degree of messiness in my room is approaching crisis levels. I disagree on the grounds that nothing's actually growing here. I don't really have an excuse for it. Let's stick around for the overdue book. ... No dice. I bet it's in here somewhere, but it's beyond my power to find it tonight. Can I tidy up? Maybe some manual labor is what I need to get my brain to stop being weird and leave me alone for a bit. ... That was progress, but I need to call it a night. Can I survey it? As far as mountains of mess go, I think I've gotten it down from Himalayan to merely alpine. Okay. I guess we'll go to bed. Here's hoping for no dreams. It is dark. You are reasonably sure this is a dream, and that it is the dreamer who is dreaming, not you. There are several books here. An introduction to Blaze programming, a fantasy novel, a comparative religion textbook, and A Tale of Two Cities. The dreamer. You don't think she's you. She's older, for one. Can I observe her? Her physical appearance doesn't remain constant enough for your observations to mean much. All you can tell is that she's older than you, teenager, probably high school. Okay, let's look at the Introduction to Blaze programming book. The cover depicts a box with a row of dials on it. Examine it. You can't make heads of tails of it. Computers aren't your thing. Inside the back cover, there's a floppy disk labeled Free Compiler, Editor, and Example Code. Okay, can I pick it up? It weighs so little, it nearly floats away. You manage to retain possession of it, though. Yay, I got a programming book. Fantasy novel. The cover depicts a caped man with a sword walking toward the reader. Examine it. The title is blurred out, but the author is Tyler Young. You've never heard of him. Pick it up. You try, but it weighs about 1,000,000 pounds. You can't budge it, okay? Comparative religion textbook. Let's examine that. Unlike the other 3 books, this one has a dust jacket. Okay, let's pick it up. Oh, wait, remove the dust jacket. It's a struggle since the book weighs more than you, but you manage it. Okay, can I pick up the book? You try, but it weighs about 100 pounds. You can only lift it an inch. Tale of Two Cities. It's one of your favorites. Let's examine it. You decide to sit down and reread it. It takes you somewhere between 5 minutes and 5 years to finish. You cry at the end. Okay, can I pick it up? You try, but it weighs about 1,000,000 pounds. You can't budge it. Okay, can I put the dust jacket on it? You try, but the book weighs about 1,000,000 pounds. You can't lift it enough to slip the dust jacket on. Okay, can I put the dust jacket on the fantasy novel? Nope. Okay, so I have a dust jacket in a programming book, but I can't put the dust jacket on any of the books. So, okay. I'll ask the dreamer to wake up. She twitches. Now that she already knows she needs to make something, she seems more inclined to wake up. Blue screen. Another weird dream, but at least it didn't come with any of those vague instructions or whatever they are. English teacher had a mini breakdown today. Seems he's disappointed with the number of students who actually read Great Expectations per the assignment. After classes are over, I make my way per usual to the computer lab. Tyler is doing his level best to figure out how to operate one of the prehistoric computers. The new machine sits useless nearby. I need to reinstall the compiler if we're going to program a simulation of some kind. I don't have the installation disk, right? Let's talk to Tyler. Longer he stays occupied, the happier I'll be. New machine, power it on. Is this still the same day? Okay, let's get out of here. Programming book. It was actually a really good book. Craig and I went through the whole thing back in middle school and got us from knowing basically nothing about programming to making simple games. It was fun. Not sure why we fell off doing this stuff just for the hell of it. I know what Craig would say. Something about me having continually diminishing patience for everyone and everything. Like he's one to talk. The programming language I have in mind is called Blaze, but I've heard it wasn't language of choice for serious coders, but it's the one I know best. Does that better? Yeah, same thing. Okay, I guess leave the computer lab. Go to the library. Wait a second. I'm confused. Didn't I already do this? Sounds like a better use of time rather than what I'm up to now, but I'll refrain. Okay. Look up programming books again. I've already checked all the programming books the school has. None of them had a disc in the back. Craig, talk to him. Got a sec? Yeah, I guess. If I happen to say be unable to find A Tale of Two Cities, would you be a pal and check out the programming book for me if it's here? Craig considers this for much longer than I thought he would. The more I think about it, the more that feels like enabling. No, I can't in good conscience help you protract Tyler's occupation of the computer club. I wish I could honestly disagree with your moral calculus. Installation disk. Know any languages besides Blaze we could install in the lab? None with a free version I can think of. That was Blaze's chief appeal, if you ask me. What does a non-free compiler usually cost? Like $40? More like 140, last I checked. Never mind. Okay, Tyler. Think talking with Craig about Tyler anymore this week would be pushing it, okay? So I can't talk to him about anything. I mean, everything is grayed out, so I've already talked to him about everything in here. So let's let him work. Thanks anyway. I'll let you get back to it. See ya. Okay, so let's leave the library. Go to the locker. Dig through the pile for overdue book. I couldn't find it. I wish I could say that means it definitely isn't in here. Okay, what else could I do? Tidy up? I guess I ought to. It's in danger of getting seriously out of control soon. Well, I made progress at least. Can I now dig through the pile for the overdue book? Nope. Look inside. My pile of papers and miscellany is approaching manageability, but it's still huge. Okay, do I tidy up some more? I don't have it in me to do any more tidying in this locker today. Okay. So do I leave the school? And go around back? Is Sarah still here? She's still here. Can I talk to her? Nope. Okay, I guess I go home again? The rest of the day was uneventful. It's about 10 p.m. now. My mom says the degree of messiness in my... I thought I did that. Tidy up? Guess I'm in a cleaning mood lately. Weird. And of course, here's A Tale of Two Cities. Great, we got it. Never should have let it leave my hands while I was in this room. Okay, I now have A Tale of Two Cities. So can I tidy up some more? I've done all I can. I need to sleep. Okay, let's go to bed. Here's hoping for no dreams. I wonder if I got set back. Yeah, okay, so I think I went back to that state because I didn't have because I missed something. So can I pick anything else up? Nope, that weighs 1,000,000 pounds. Can I put the dust jacket on it? Nope. Dreamer. Can I give her the programming book? There's no response. You get the feeling this book is already on her mind. Can I observe her again? Same concept. Ask the dreamer to wake up. The dust jacket fits perfectly. Religion textbook. It's a programming how-to guide perfectly disguised as a book you might actually read. Examine it. You hope nobody picks this book up with the intent of learning the differences between Catholicism and Eastern Orthodoxy. Can I give it to the dreamer? She twitches. The book seems to elicit a reaction from her. You feel your environment changing. Wrong dust jacket. Wrong dust jacket? What the hell does that even mean? Wrong dust jacket. Ugh, it's incessant. Does it mean the programming book might be incognito? What am I supposed to do with that notion? Check every book in the library? Comparative religion. I hate being lazy. I'm going to school. Or I hate being crazy. I'm going to school. Thanks to that stupid dream, I could barely focus all day. It's after school now. Can either choose to act on this latest nonsensical fixation or just go to the computer lab and do nothing like always. Well, we're going to the library. We're going to look up comparative religion. I'll look up comparative religion books. Why not? It's not like I had anything reasonable to do today. Time to check dust jackets. I don't believe this. It's here. This joke cover was hiding the book I was looking for. Of course, I can't check it out yet since I'm still in bad standing with the library. Guess it'll still be here when I finally return A Tale of Two Cities. Well, let's return it. Return it. Done. I'm $5 poorer and may never have the good opinion of the librarian again, but I'm no longer on the naughty list. Great. So now, okay, time to check out this book, and then I can finally start this programming project with Tyler. I am not smart. Okay, so we have the book. Can I talk to Craig? Got a sec? Yeah, I guess. Nope. Come back to him later. Leave the library. Let's look at the book with the disc. Peruse the book. These exercises and example programs bring back memories. My favorite by far was the introduction to graphics. Okay, let's go to the computer lab. And it took a lot longer than it should have, but I'm ready for step 1 now. I just need to put this disk in the new computer's 3.5-inch floppy drive. Kill for a machine with a CD-ROM drive. Insert the compiler installation disk. I'll power on the machine first. Okay, it's all ready and booted. Let's just stick this in and ow! The disk shot freaking sparks when I put it in the computer. Whoa, is that normal? Yes, no. It took a minute to unrattle myself to the point where I could conduct a normal conversation. So was that static electricity or something? My answer to this under normal circumstances would be no, absolutely not, possibly followed by you idiot. That was way too much of a light show to blame on static. In the absence of any plausible explanation, though, I chicken out. Probably. You got to be careful about what kind of socks you wear around computers. Yikes. I'll be sure to write that down. Uh-huh. Anyway, let's see if the disk is toast or not. File Explorer? Well, the disk file system isn't totally gone at least. I still expect the .run file to be corrupted. README. Thank you for choosing Blaze, the fastest growing programming language of 1992, according to Personal Computing Quarterly. To install Blaze for Gross, simply click the install.run file in the same directory as this README file. Okay. There's no way this actually works. The drive shouldn't even be working. Now installing Blaze for Gross. How did this not crash? Did I imagine the disk trying to fry myself in my fingers? Awesome. Let's make that universe. For the last time, slow down. Before we even open the code editor, why don't we narrow down what exactly we're looking for from a universe simulation? Is the number one priority how it works or what it looks like? Are we more interested in sticking to the idea of simulating matter in physics? Or do we want something that feels like another world? Because we can't have both. The former takes too many resources to scale to something that feels like reality, both in terms of memory and processor cycles. I was definitely hoping we could stick to full simulation and also create something complex enough for life to naturally evolve out of. I should be used to this level of delusion from Tyler, but it's different when I actually have to think about it. Maybe we should start with a practice exercise to get on the same page. Have you heard of Conway's Game of Life? Like the board game? Be patient with him. Be patient with him. It's not really a game, more like a computer science thought experiment. Probably best if I write it up real quick. It's one of the examples in this book. Speaking of which, I think I'll leave the book in the lab. It should keep Tyler busy for a few weeks at minimum. Now to open the Blaze editor. Here we go. The code itself doesn't take that long to type up, but copying over the initial state of the game is always annoying. So, what does it do? Hold your horses. It's still compiling. Whoa! Basically, it's a way of demonstrating how complex structures can arise out of simple rules. Can you make the one in the upper left move around? Let me finish. The rules are like this. A pixel on the grid dies or turns white if too many or too few of its adjacent neighbors on the current turn are alive or black. It's supposed to be kind of like reproduction to overpopulation. It's not designed to be interactive. I think I follow. So we could potentially make our universe out of something like this, but with more complicated rules and using more than just black and white. Maybe what I can say with more certainty is that our laws of physics will have to be similarly localized. How do you mean localized? I mean the reason the computer isn't catching fire right now is because each pixel is only affected by its 8 neighboring pixels, not by every pixel on the grid. The math would get really out of hand really fast if we tried for real physics, where everything affects everything. I see. That's disappointing. Anything we can do to improve the computer's performance? Surprisingly, this one isn't an unreasonable question. Well, one upgrade people usually get for this model is an FPC. Sorry, floating point coprocessor. Floating point. Does that mean it's liquid cooled? And he was doing so well. Point, as in decimal point. The base model can only natively work with integers. More importantly, though, the FPC can take on a lot of the computational load from the CPU. I guess I can look for one at the electronics store in town, but I doubt we can afford it. Fingers crossed. Anyway, something else I had in mind was, mercifully, Tyler is cut off by the PA system announcing that all students need to go home. After I shut down the machine, we call it a day. Jeez. I end up staying awake tonight much longer than I should. Something tells me, despite all my hedging about expectations, that this isn't going to count as making something, unless the result is more complex and fear-feeling than what I think the computer can handle. We'll need that processor at a bare minimum. And in all likelihood, the programming will have to be way smarter than anything I've ever managed before. I don't think I can accomplish that without Craig and Sarah's help. How I'm going to convince them is the big question. Okay. And I just saved this. That is where we're going to finish this first episode of the Amateur Deity Society. And I will post another video. I want to finish this game. This feels very much like it is a game that is up my alley. So I'm going to post another one of these, and we're going to see how long this game goes. I think I read somewhere that the game takes about 5 hours to complete. We're about an hour in now. So maybe there'll be like 4 more episodes or so of these, depending on how we get along with it. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below if you like this game, if you're thinking about picking it up, if you do pick it up, if it's up your alley, or if there's another game that you would like me to check out and give you my opinion about. I'm liking this so far. It's very much using your imagination to traverse. Back in the day, I used to play games like this, where everything was text based and you interacted with with an interface to move around and interact with things on the screen and things like that. So I'm liking this. I'm liking it so far. I think for this being an indie developer, that this is scratching an itch for me. But let me know what you all think. And of course, also don't forget to subscribe, because that'll notify you the next time that I post a video to the channel here on YouTube. But until the next one, bye bye.